ti hei mauri ora. O te mea tuatahi ki te wehi ki tō tātou atua. O e te tīmatanga o ngā mea katoa. O e ano hoki te whakamutunga. Nā reira me whakakrori e tātou tōna ingoa tapu. I ngoi a tātou. Krori e ki tōna ingoa tapu. E te atua kaharawa, e tu wherananga ngā kaupatoa ki a koe. E mōhea te ana ngā hia katoa, e kore hoki ngaro i a koe te mea huna. Koroi o mātou whakaaro e tō wairua tapu. Kia pono ai tō mātou aroha ki a koe. Kia tika ai te whakanui tau ingoa tapu. Kui hukraiti tō tātou ariki. Ame. E mea, e ndau sea tēnā koe. Amihi nui kia koe, i roto i te tau hau. Kia koe, te tūmua ki niu, tēnā koe. Te poari. In other words, pōratrati, tēnā mō koe. Ngā mihi nui kia koutou katoa. Koutou ngā mātua, ngā pāpā kroua, ngā māmā kuia, tēnā koutou. Tēnā koutou e haramai nei ki tō tātou kura hou kia Waitakiri. E mihi anau ki te tumuaki kia Nio. Nāna hoki tiki mai a hau ki te haramai, ki te whakapai te krakia i roto nā whakamoemiti, whakawhetai. Ki te whakapai i tēnei kura, ke pai ai te haramai. A tātou tamariki, a tātou mokopuna, i roto i tō rātou kura. Tā reira nui nā mihi ki ai, o ngā whakaaro rangatira, ke whakapai hea tēnei kura, ki te whakamuamiti whakawhetai. What I just saying, congratulate Neil on calling a kaumātua to come and bless the school. And it wasn't an easy blessing either. I mean, there's a few big classrooms. That's how I see it. And I was running out of breath. My legs was getting tired. And, but we got through it. We got through it. At first, I thought it was only one side. I didn't realize this side until we got round, or one side anyway, might have been. I recognized this one. I didn't recognize that one coming from behind it. But we got there. We got there. And you know, I'm thrilled to come here and help our schools, our principals, because this is not the only school I go to. It's the whole of Aranui, Wainoni, I was going to say New Brighton as well. And so, we have no elders. I'm the only one. And the only one, and I'm still going, and we've got a lot to do this year, I'm sure. I'm sure. And I'm prepared. I think giving my prayers to the one above here would make me well and keep me well. Because I missed the last 5 years being crook. So, here am I. Yes. So, I think I'm raving on too long. Nā reira huri no ki tō tātou pare. Tēnā koutou, kia ora tātou katoa.
So if you'd like to stand with us, folks, on your program there is Tu Tira Mai. It's a song about standing together as one. Kapahaka are here to support your singing, so make sure you sing as well, folks.
Tu tira mai na iwi
Te whānau Waita Maine, tēnā koutou, kia ora tātou katoa.
And just a big message of appreciation to our kapa haka. Most of these children actually have left Waitakiri School and they're now at Chisholmwood and other schools. You people want to stand up, you people have come back to support us. So these children have come back to help us out on our opening. Would you give them a big round of applause? Thank you so much for being here, guys. Really appreciate it. Thank you. Now it's a pleasure to welcome Her Worship the Mayor, Leanne Dalziel.
E nā mana, e nā reo, e nā iwi, tēnā koutou, tēnā rā tātou katoa. Good evening, everyone. What a wonderful evening this is. The light is truly shining on this magnificent event. Can I begin by acknowledging the Reverend Sandy Carr? I know that Sandy's been very unwell, but he just keeps coming and supporting his local community in a way that means so much more than just his presence. He brings his mana with him, and he really has, I think, done a magnificent performance here tonight. So can you thank Sandy Carr for coming this evening? Can I acknowledge members of Parliament, Poto Williams, MP for Christchurch East, and Joe Hayes. Can I acknowledge Councillor David East and Lynn Te Aika from Ngaitahu. Obviously, Principal Neil O'Reilly, I can't believe that I'm here. I was here as the MP for Christchurch East a few years ago, and if Neil had said to me, you'll be back to open this wonderful new school as the Mayor of Christchurch, I would have said you're dreaming. So it would have been a nightmare actually, rather than a dream. But there you go, I'm here. And can I acknowledge all of the teachers and staff of the new Waitakiri Primary School? Can I acknowledge Board Chair Andrew Shipley and all the trustees, Canterbury Director of Education, Coraline Child, families and friends, and I've noticed a few principals from some of the other schools here today as well. The opening today of Waitakiri Primary School is not just an important milestone for this area, it's actually an important milestone for the city as a whole. It is the first post-quake merged school combining 183 years of history in the Burwood area. Burwood School was one of the oldest schools in Christchurch with a 141-year history, and Windsor was the young neighbour with a modest 43 years, much younger than I am. Both schools were affected by the 2010 and 2011 earthquakes that devastated much of Christchurch. Burwood, of course, was one of the severely hit areas, with over 50% of the school zone designated residential red zone, with a loss to the school roll in excess of 200 children. With all the challenges facing the area, it took a special effort to bring the two schools together, and I would like to acknowledge publicly the incredible job that the principal, the staff and the board have done on behalf of us all. Congratulations and thank you. For the past 2 years, the school has been split into senior and junior campuses on both the Old Windsor and Burwood school sites. So it really is great to see everyone come together at last. I'm sure that students and teachers alike will enjoy the fantastic new learning spaces which support the school's collaborative teaching practices, and I haven't had a chance to look around yet, but it does look absolutely magnificent. Your new innovative learning spaces open up so many opportunities for students to learn anywhere, anytime, and this to me is truly a 21st century learning environment, and I'm glad that it was here first. I only just lived around the corner, so I'm kind of claiming it as my own. I will never forget the fact that when that devastating earthquake struck on February the 22nd, which is pretty much 5 years ago, almost to the day, it was the teachers and principals who were there for the primary school children on that day, and then every school day thereafter, aftershocks notwithstanding, with so much happening around them and within their own lives. The professionalism, the dedication and commitment to the children and to their role as the passers on of the knowledge, they are outstanding, and I want to acknowledge each and every one of them here today as well. Despite all of the challenges that we had to confront since then, we are now starting to see what is the legacy emerge. And this is one of the many legacies that the city will have of those difficult times. A truly magnificent legacy, this one of which we can all be proud. There is an expression which says that the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. Waitakiri Primary School brings together the values that Burwood and Windsor instilled in generations of children and emerges stronger and even more optimistic for the future. Congratulations, one and all, on the wonderful achievement that we celebrate tonight. Nō reira, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā rā tātou katoa.
If you'd like to stand again, we're going to sing the Waiata Te Arahau. Nā mā haere mai ki te kora mātu nei, haere mai ki te kora o Waitakiri, ko Neil O'Reilly toko ingoa. Haere mai, Mayor Dalziel, and Director for Education, Caroline Child. Haere mai Ministry and Octa team, the Hawkins team and the team from ASC. Haere mai invited guests, fellow principals, family, neighbours, staff and children. Last Thursday we had a bit of a stark reminder about why we're here today, that 4.1 shake, just to get our nerves going again. And it sort of reminds us, as you know, that the East was severely affected by the earthquakes of 2011, which ultimately led to the reorganisation of schools, and Waitakiri School emerged from the educational shake-up and from the rubble. At the time, it was very hard to see the potential benefits of merging the two schools. However, ka mate ka ngā tahi, kaora ka ngā rua. When out of misfortune, something good happens. And today we stand here in the centre of the state-of-the-art school designed to give the children of today and the future the best possible learning environment and a place to stand, their tūranga waiwai. So something very good indeed has come out of the misfortune. We now have the opportunity to implement the best in teaching and learning practices, to harness the power of collaborative teaching and learning, and to reconnect with our new Waitakiri community so that our children, your children, have the best possible education. We've spent 2 years preparing for today, and we're ready to step into our new school and make the most of this stunning learning environment. Our school has been designed to capture the rich history of our area and our 2 schools to provide a solid foundation for the future. The kaupapa, the story of our area, is reflected in our school in the colours, the curriculum, the layout and the structure. Starting with our rangi community down here, which is where our year 5 and 6 children will learn. And rangi with our 2 birds, the daybird, the nightbird, the rudu and the koromoko, the bellbird and the owl. And rangi acknowledging that this place was highly and still is affected by the ora-pairoa, the easterly wind, which used to blow the sand dunes right to the back door of this school. And then moving into these 2, the Wai community, the water community for our year 3 and 4 children. And again acknowledging the influence that water has had on this place, the rivers, the lakes, the wetlands, the streams, and of late, in 2011, the water that came up through the ground. But it has shaped our place. And also acknowledging this place was a Mahinga Kai area, an area where the early Māori would love to come and gather food seasonally, and they probably knew it was quite a wise place not to settle in certain parts of it. And then moving down to our whenua community, our whenua community, for our new entrants in year 1 and 2, and that's where they come in and get a solid foundation, a grounded foundation in our school, and named to acknowledge the history of our 2 schools, the proud history of 183 years of Windsor and Burwood School. So our children will come in through here, and they will travel through our school and end up taken off as year 6s from rangi. And we also work with a wonderful cluster, the Waitakiri cluster, with Shirley Primary, Intermediate and Boys High, Banks Ave, Chisnawood, Avonside Girls High and Marion School. Together, we want to work very hard to create a better future for your children when they go from here out to their future. Our children, these ones here, will grow as real heroes. This is where you have to help me out, guys. So the real stands for R. Do it louder. R. E. A. And L. And your children, these children, will be supported and challenged to be high achievers, to be respectful, to be self-regulated, to encourage one another, to be lifelong learners with positive hauora and well-being. We're on the cusp of a very exciting time in Canterbury, especially in the east, with the opening of 3 schools, Waitakiri, Rāwhiti and Marshlands this week. 3 neighbouring schools, all designed to allow teachers and staff to work together to best meet the needs of our tamariki, of our children, in ways not possible in the past. These environments acknowledge the needs for children to progressively learn, to be self-regulated, to become responsible for self, to learn through a wide range of learning experiences and in learning spaces, to be creative, critical, collaborative thinkers and learners. Our school provides opportunity for children to be supported by a team of teachers to best meet their needs. To spend more than 1 year in a learning space to develop quality relationships with teachers over time. Children have quiet, independent learning spaces, spaces for contemplation, for singing, moving, expressing themselves, places for collaborative problem solving, and for creating and building and playing. They have places for small group activities and large gatherings, all in one single learning studio. They will learn in roomy, warm, slightly too hot, well ventilated, acoustically treated, flexible spaces with great staff. Teachers now have the opportunity to work with one another, no longer isolated in a 70 square metre rectangular box that probably most of the adults here remember from their time at school. They can now collaboratively teach to best meet the needs of the students. They can support and challenge one another. They have someone else to laugh at their jokes. They can learn from one another. They can problem solve in real time, in a shared space, to achieve the best possible outcomes for each and every child. Support staff have appropriate spaces to work alongside teachers and children to maximise learning opportunities. We are no longer constrained by one teacher, 27 children in a rectangular box. We have finally arrived in the future with flexible spaces designed to meet the needs of the children of the 21st century, not the 20th century. With our team at Waitakiri, the support and forward-thinking Board of Trustees, and the partnership with our community, our children have an exciting future. As well as the indoors, there's the outdoors. This space here, Te Ao Marama, which means the place of light, the gathering place for us. Our fields, we have green grass instead of brown grass, which is what we had in the past. We've got our scooter tracks so our children can get out there and hone around the back field endlessly. We've got our Alps for them to run up and down and through. We've got our mega playground and mega sandpit, that wonderful playground from Burwood School on the River campus that looks brand new in this place. And the sandpit which the children will love, but the teachers might not love so much. Dedicated spaces for the arts, for our Oscar program, for the library, dance, drama, clubs and cultural clubs. And our choice community room down here that connects this whole space. A space where parents can come in the morning, grab a coffee, very soon we will have a real coffee machine and a barista, and come in with their preschoolers and have a bit of time and space to connect with other people. And to come, there's more. A junior playground that's going to be built with the support of the PTA by the end of term 1. Our veggie gardens where our children can get their fingers dirty and grow some food. Our orchard, our tool time place where children will have a site-safe passport, a high-vis vest, a helmet and be able to use real tools to build real things. And a new hall to come. Together, the ministry and our board have created a simply stunning school. However, the job has not been easy. In fact, it's been one of the most challenging, time-consuming, and at times stressful jobs I've ever had in my life. We first began this process over 3 years ago, and it has been all-consuming. The merger, the dual sites, relocating, and relocating again, designing systems, processes, curriculum, employing personnel for the new school, changing how we teach and how children can learn, consulting with parents, with the community, finding money, spending money, and then the design and build of the new school. And the team from Octa and Hawkins will tell you I never changed my mind once during that whole process. I stuck to my guns and did everything I said I would. The list is endless, and I'm here today because of a team. So there are some people I would specifically like to thank. A supportive Board of Trustee with Anita, Steve, John, and led by Andrew Shipley. A step up to the mark, roll up our sleeves and let's get stuck in senior leadership team, especially Jackie Mellon and Diana Reynolds. The team I worked with closely at the ministry, Graham Bugler in the first year and then he had nothing left, Kirsty Peel together with Phil Farley from Octa, and most importantly my beautiful wife Denise, with whom I could not have done this without, wherever she's hiding, over there. So thank you to all of those people for making this possible for the children and community of Waitakiri. It has not been easy. In fact, it's been an immense challenge, but we have succeeded. We've been waiting for this day. Children, the future is literally in your hands and at your feet right at the moment under your bottoms. Your new school where you'll begin your new journey tomorrow. A place that will become your Turanga Wawe, a place where you can stand proud. Let the fun and learning begin. Tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā tātou katoa. And I'd like to invite Andrew Shipley to come now and speak.
Thanks, Neil. As the kids will know, Neil loves to have a bit of fun and loves to trick us all. So he said, "You're going first tonight," and actually I'm going last. So I'll have to work my way through the speech. On behalf of the board, I'd like to thank Leanne Gazelle, the Mayor, Caroline and the team from the ministry, all our special guests, family, friends, children. Thank you for coming along and celebrating what is a very special and wonderful night for us all. My name's Andrew Shipley. I'm proud to represent the community and our students on the Waitakiri board. What a journey it's been since those dark days in February 2011 when our lives changed forever. Who would have thought life would have thrown us such a challenge? But what stands around us today is something truly special that has come out of enduring these challenges over the last 5 years. Together we've created something truly exciting and special for our students of 2016 and beyond. Something that we can all be proud of. To say we've played a role in achieving this wonderful new school, whether it be in a big way or a small way, we've all had something to contribute. I'm only one member of a very hard-working board of trustees, and I want to take the opportunity to thank my board colleagues, Anita, Steve, John, Leslie, for all their hard work and dedication over the last 2 years. They've all put in a lot of personal time into getting us to this position today, and I think it's an absolute credit to them all, to the time they've put into getting us here today. There's also a special group of people who, without their passion and dedication, this would not be possible. Our leader, Neil O'Reilly, Jackie Mellon, Dinah Reynolds, Kim Hilson. These people form a superb leadership group for our wonderful school. They put in so much personal time, blood, sweat and tears into making this wonderful school happen for us. We're very lucky and fortunate to have them lead our team. To the teaching and support staff, I want to thank you all for your patience and support as we've worked to rebuild this wonderful school. You've all continued to provide our children the very best education during some challenging times in less than perfect teaching conditions. It's a true testament to your professionalism. I want to thank Caroline and the team from the ministry for their ongoing partnership. I know the community will really appreciate the work and effort you and your team have put into making this all happen. To the students of 2016 and beyond, I hope you enjoy your new school. Treat it with respect, make the most of your opportunities. Thank you.
Children, we're going to stand up and sing our school song. You can stand up as well if you want, adults. All the words are on the program. I'm sure you'll be able to sing along with us. Okay, this is the moment we've been waiting for, and the Mayor has asked if I'd invite a couple of children to come up on us. So I thought it'd be fair, Thomas and Cara, if I invited you up, since you were our top boy and girl last year and you came back along, and we need some very, very little 5-year-old children. Mrs. Dobson, are you there? Do you know that any of these are very, very little 5-year-old ones down here we can get to join us? You two hop up on the stage with the Mayor. It's a very complex process. Lexi, there you go. Lexi is starting tomorrow. Give her a round of applause.
Is it just the one? That one? So I might have to do the right one. You're going to give me a hand? Okay, so I've just realised that I've made a terrible error because in my rush to get here I didn't bother to sort of say how is the school's name pronounced. So I've been mispronouncing it all the way through, but now I know that it's Waitakiri, so we'll be able to properly launch the school right now. But I just thought I'd tell you a little story about unveiling, because I had an unveiling with the plaque that went into the visitors centre at the Botanic Gardens, and I was very lucky to do that with the Prince William and the Duchess. And the two of them came in, and after they having cut the garland, and they came into the visitors centre, and then I said, well, if you could unveil the plaque, and then we could we'll put it somewhere afterwards. So they unveiled the plaque together, and then we all stood back and looked at the plaque, at which point the Prince said to me, there's a spelling mistake. And all of the blood drained out of my face as I scanned through for the spelling error. And then he put his hand on my shoulder and said, just joking. So I'm just going to go 1, 2, 3. I declare Waitakiri School open. And when I get to open, you're all going to say open and yell and scream and wave at the same time. Is that all right? Good. And you're going to help me pull the string. Right. Come on, guys. Right. You ready? You all ready? Come on. Right. We declare together Waitakiri School officially open!
About that, Lexi? Thank you, Thomas and Cara. I'm going to hand the microphone over to Matua Sandy just to give a final blessing. Thank you, Matua.
He honore kuroria ki te atu e maungarongo ki te whenua e whakaaro pai ki ngā tangata katoa. A reira e hua e moko i a mātou. Hei whakapai hoki i tēnei kura. Nā ko whakapuaretia. Nā ko puta tōna ingo ko whakamanahia Waitakiri. A reira e te atu a kaharau ke tupere tunu o mātou ngā kau ki a koe. Mō he tēnā ngā he katoa. Kore hoki ngaro i a koe te mea huna. Koroi o mātou whakaaro tō wairua tapu. Kia pono i tō mātou aroa ki a koe. Kia tika ai te whakanui tō ingoa tapu. Koe hukrei te tō tātou ariki. Amene.
Thank you very much, Sandy, and thank you for being here tonight. Sandy wasn't well and he came out to help us once again, as he has over the years, and I know he's flying off tomorrow, so thank you so much. Give him a big round of applause, please. So good to have Sandy here. Well, parents, you've already had your look through learning spaces, so this is the time where you get to take your children home after one more song, apparently. We'll just do the song first, I'll just back away. Thank you so much, families, for being here tonight and sharing this with us, for inviting guests who have come along. And families, this is the time when you can take your children away. Invited guests, we're going to start down at the Windsor studio and we can do our little tour before we have refreshments at the end. Thank you again for being here tonight, everyone. Shut up.